welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. I have no idea what number Flosstube this is, 90 something, and it is July 10th, July 11th. I am losing time. There's nothing going on. My dog is just barking because she enjoys barking. This is Rogue. Hey, say hi. And this is a channel about cross stitch mostly. Also some quilting or sewing and things like that. And today it's mostly cross stitch. So do you remember last week? Sorry. Do you remember last week I talked about the bag with the dragonflies and that we were wanting to make a needle minder? Well, we couldn't go shopping for the resin until Tuesday, and then I wasn't sick. I just wasn't feeling well, and so I didn't do a whole lot. And so I forgot to make the little dragonflies out of the beads so that my sister could make the things. And we finally did that. And this hasn't been made into a needle minder yet, but it'll probably have, she's thinking about putting a piece of metal on the back of it other than the magnet. But isn't that cute? Anyway, that'll be the needle minder. And we made an extra for just one that's separate from the bag. So those, we're trying to work on it. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but anyway. So those will go together, and we're kind of excited. That set looks so cute. And I'll get that up on the Etsy shop hopefully this week. All we're waiting now is for my sister Beth to get the needle minder together, and we'll photograph everything and get it up. So hopefully it won't take so long now. Yeah, I'm still not feeling well. I'm not sick. I have asthma. I've had pretty bad asthma most of my life. And I'm going to adjust the mic here just a second. Because my son and my dad are watching a movie, and I told them just go ahead and do that. So if you can hear that in the background, that's what it is. But it's good for my dad, so that's what we're doing. So it's been very windy here. In Phoenix, there's a growing season pretty much all year round. And I am allergic to everything outside. Some things inside, but mostly outside, and then other things. But so when the wind blows, we live very close to South Mountain, and over here it's the foothills, and so it's mostly just little hills that when you glance at them, they just look like hills of dirt. And you know, it's desert landscape, so there are plants there, but not that hold down a lot of the soil. So there's a lot of dirt associated with the wind. And I am allergic to both dust mites. So I'm having so much fun. And it is kind of our, what they call monsoon season. Is really just thunderstorms. We had a few last week, and hopefully we'll have more. And yesterday it was over 110. It's supposed to be all week, I think. It was so hot that I wasn't even wanting to go out and go swimming. I love living in Phoenix. I do. But just like in cold climates, there's weeks of the year where you just really don't want to go outside. That's what it is here in the summer. So, anyway, let's get back to cross stitch, shall we? First, I have some FFOs. I have all of the summer berries from Erica Michael's Summer Berries. Here is S'more Summer Please. And I finished it with a little campfire and some s'mores. And yes, I know that the s'mores would just be marshmallows in the campfire. But I like it. I think it's cute. And I just put this button started coming off. My goodness. I'm going to have to figure out how to fix that. I just noticed that a thread broke. See right there. So I must have tugged on it or caught it on something. So there's this, and I will fix this. That looks terrible. And then, and it looked beautiful the last couple of times, so I don't know when that happened. This is good old summertime. And I finished it with just a little island with a palm tree and a starfish and some sunglasses. And this is The Livin' Is Easy, and it's the one with the flamingo on it. And if you've known me very long, you know I love flamingos. So instead of a regular button, I put a flamingo button. So, I'm not surprised that the button came unsewn on this. Not that I didn't sew it on right. It's actually still on. There's still some more layers of thread. It's just that nothing went right in putting the top on this. The top looked great. The berry looked fine. Putting the two together on this one was really challenging, and I don't know why. And actually, I did consider taking it off and starting again. To fix this, I might have to, but I'm going to try to fix it without doing that. So it just wasn't working. So anyway, I'm still happy. I'll fix that. I might fix it just by taking a needle and tucking it in. We'll see. Because it's not like I go around tugging on the button. So it's not like a button on a shirt where it has to be really super on there. It just needs to be on there, right? So those are my summer berries, and I'm real happy with their finishes, except for the undone button. I'm going to just perseverate on that. Next, I want to talk about a tiny bit of quilting. I haven't quilted the other half of this. I quilted this half, and I only did half of this one. And see, I just did this diagonal, and it's not even straight, and I don't care. It's kind of curved. I kind of like the way it looks. It is so hard. It's not hard because of the size. It's hard because of the bolsel, so it doesn't really roll up to get it in my machine. And I don't have, it's just a regular throat on that machine. So to sew on this, the thread goes through it fine. It's not that. It's just that it's this huge piece of cloth, and I'm trying to get it to go into the machine so that I can get a decent quilt on it. And I just was like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm putting it down for right now. So then I didn't pick it back up because I was working on my berries. So I just need to finish quilting this, and then I can actually put the bag together. So I'm hoping I can get to that today. It's really crooked, largely because of my struggle trying to, get it in there. And it took me a minute because I was like, what's the best way to try to do that? If I did straight lines like this, I would run into the same problem because they would start, So I have another bag like this to make, and I'm hoping that by that time I'll decide on a different quilting pattern that will be easier for me to do. But, I quilted, I've quilted bags before, and I've quilted, a quilt. So it's not that it's big, it's that the bosal makes it hard. I don't want to tight roll it up because I want the bosal not to remember that. I noticed when I was unfolding it to cut it that it has a memory, and you can even see here where I've, like on the other side, where I've bent it a little bit, and I don't want that memory in the bag because I don't want it to poke around or something like that. So, like right here, see the little creases. And I've never worked with this foam before, and I really like it. But it's learning to work with something new. That's all it is. All right, so do you remember? I'm trying to decide what order to do things in. This is going to be a really short video. My videos are not long in the first place, but this one's going to be tiny. Do you remember I won this? Put the little ghost on. Well, I wasn't really thinking one way or the other about it, but it's a mystery sal that it's for, and I had all the stuff, so why not, right? And I love this little bag, by the way. It's not a little bag, it's a big bag. So that's the first release. And I started on it Saturday. I don't know what day of the week it releases. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure how much I'm going to keep working on it all the time. I did decide to start it, so I am going to work on it. But this is as far as I've gotten. I'm sorry about the thread, but that's as far as I've gotten. Now, the purple in the bee I had, got the pack of colors. And those of you who don't know, I won this from Stitching with the Housewives, which was fantastic. This is the purple. I do not like the way this purple looks on this fabric. This is a fabric I dyed myself, and I don't know what color. It was a purple, that you were supposed to use. Sorry, just noticed my needle's about to drop off the planet here. But it did seem like a purple, I'm folding it so that the light doesn't come through it. And, of course it'll be surrounded by white here, but I don't know that it's going to be surrounded by white everywhere else. So I'm thinking about changing this purple to a bluer purple, maybe. I don't know. I don't really like the way it looks against the fabric. It pops, you can see it, but I don't know. I'll lay some other purples on it and then decide. Because I like purple. I want to use purple. I want to change it to a different color. Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop doesn't like purple, so she changed her purples to an orange. And there's already an orange in there. I don't want to do that. And I haven't seen the whole pattern. So I'm thinking about just going with a different shade of purple. I'm trying to open this little bag so I can put this purple back in. So then that leads me to WIPGO. Now, one of my calls for WIPGO was number 18, Silent Night, 15 days. And for me, that was a new start. And remember, I showed you a blue that I wanted to start it on. It was too small because it's 25 count. And so then I thought, well, I could start it on this fabric, just like this is a different part of it. I cut the other one off. Just like the And to All a Good Night is on a purplish color. And I thought, well, you know, those look good together. This one isn't as dark, but I think it'll be fine, you know. So I started it. Yeah, it doesn't really show up. And I didn't want to get through the whole thing and be disappointed with how it looked on it. It's just not as dark as the fabric from Until All a Good Night. So I said, well, I have this scrap of black. And when I say scrap, I mean scrap. So I measured it, and it's just big enough from side to side. So this is the edge of the pattern here, this edge of this, and it'll fit to about that over here. So it just fits side to side. Now it's plenty long because it's a square. It's a square pattern. And this, sorry about the glare. Sorry. Okay, so there it is, Stitching with the Housewives. Did I say what the others were? It's the only cross stitch, right? The other one was obviously Fat Quarter Shop. Okay, so I'm working on this house. Now, I am not using any of these. I have quite a few of them. Actually, I did use Queen Bee right here. That's Queen Bee. But instead of 12 grain, I'm using Icicle by Weeks Dye Works. And instead of Rain Shower, I'm using, I'm so sorry. I meant to take this thread out and I just completely forgot. I am using Huckleberry. Gentle Arts. I had it in my stash. I did not have Rain Shower, so I figured light blue is light blue. Now, on And to All a Good Night, I chose a Weeks Dye Works. Island Breeze for the teal color. I don't remember what was charted in that one, but I didn't want to use that because I didn't want to run out. And this one has quite a bit of it. And these colors look very similar. And I remember that whatever that charted color was, this week's dye works looked very much like it. And I don't remember, I think I just like the color variegation better in Weeks Dye Works than in Gentle Arts. Many times, not all the time. So it's charted in, this is bamboo, hold on. I'm a mess. But it's charted in 12 grain, which is kind of like this color. And I am using Icicle, which I have a bag of unmolested Icicle in here. Just a second. And of course I can't find it right now. I'm not going to waste time looking for it. I have threads for more than one project in there as part of the problem. That's this light color. It's white. It's not showing up very well there. It's showing just white, but it's got like a light blue running through it. And wish I could shoot. I'll cut out all this fusseling, I think. Okay, this looks better. You can see this better here because there's more of it. I love this color, and so I use this color for white on anything that calls for bamboo 12 grain. Things like that. Because it is white, and I like white. And snow has blue in it. So I love this color. I have these 3 skeins and probably 3 other skeins of this color for doing just these 2 projects, and I will be buying more, I think, because I think it's a, you know, for all of us, it's what colors do you really like and do you want to see it in? And then on top of that, so it's whiter than what is charted, but on top of that, I also, can you see the sparkle? Let me see if I can get you. My nails are also sparkly. I like sparkles. Do you see the sparkles? So I put sparkle over. I'm not using Krynic. I'm using this. It's called Accentuate. This color is a gold. And I'm using it with the threads. And I just really like the way it's making it shimmer. I'm not using it on all of the threads. For instance, I used it on the gold, but not the white in that, and then I used it on the whites, but not the blues here, just to give it a little bit of dimension difference. And then for this church, oh God. I have it on this so that it'll stay open for me so I can see what I'm doing. And this church, this is snow, but this is not. This is not. This is snow. So what I did was, I went ahead and did the whole thing in Icicle. but I put the shimmer just on the parts that snow. So I'm not going to have it on the parts that are not snow. Yeah. So this part of it doesn't have that shimmer gold on it, and so you can see it's a slight color difference. Now I do have this in like a silvery color, and I do have it in a bluish color, but I chose this one to put on there. This is color number 043. So that's what's going on with that. And I'm really liking the results. I'm nowhere near my 15 days, and here it is past the 10th. Fortunately, the other Whip Go challenge is only 5 days, so I'm still good, I think. Okay, so I have it in this to keep it from getting all bent and stuff. You know, my dog jumped on the other one, and it makes it easier for me to keep it open because it kept closing on me. So that's my Whip Go so far, and I have, let's see, I have maybe 6 days done on it, so I need to work on it a lot more. I worked on it today, so maybe that's 7. So I'm getting there. But I need to really try to get it every day so that I can get in some time on the second one. All right, but one of the reasons why I was working on other things was Stitch All the Things, Erica Michaels. This is what I'm doing for my Crossstitch Camp. And decided to do it on this checked fabric. Even with this checked fabric, I cannot put things in the right place. So, sorry, that's my Witchy Stitchy Challenge 2021 needle minder. And I know a lot of people who stitch in hand don't use needle minders. I put it at the bottom of my fabric because it doesn't bother me there. Anyway, here's my progress. This heart is supposed to be up 1 stitch, and this T is supposed to be down 1 stitch. So when I started the A, I didn't start it down far enough, so these are now touching. And I didn't realize it until I was making that second L. And I thought, well, I might be willing to move that heart. I'm not moving the ALL. I'm just not. I'm not moving the T. So then I thought about it some more, and I said, you know, they don't actually overlap. They just touch each other. I'm going to leave it. Because you can still see everything. Everything reads. Everything's good. There's more to this H, but I use that color again under here for the word things. So I'm just going to put in all the. I now have to put the arrow over here. And it's in the same color. And that way I don't have to count as far down, because obviously even with this grid, I cannot count. It's very sad. So I am on track for getting this done before the end of the month, and I am going to try to have it FFO'd before the end of the month. Now, if I go ahead and FFO this, I'm going to FFO my dog one at the same time. Why not? Rather than doing just one, you know. So, yeah. And then I'm still behind on Whipco because I have quilting projects to work on. I'm going to finish off this bag. Like I said, after I do the quilting on it, the rest of the sewing is not that big a deal. So next day or two, perhaps I could get it done, especially since I had a test that it was this 4th time I've scheduled it. My insurance keeps denying the test. So I'm supposed to get up and have a 7 o'clock test yet tomorrow. So since I don't have to do that, I have some time to maybe sew. And yeah, hopefully everything will be better this week. I'll feel better, I'll have more energy to be in this hot room to sew. Also, the holiday, I have to normally when we film our videos, I have to move my sewing machine and take all my projects off the table, kind of put them up for a minute so that we can film. And then my sister Beth also wants to film her video, and she films it basically where I'm sewing. And then if she's like working on these needle minders or something, that's also in the same spot. Or if I'm working on something like a scissor fob, or like making the dragonflies to do that. So it's all in the same spot. This is a big house with no space. So when we have something like the family over, like we did on the 4th, I have to not just put my sewing machine on a chair and out of the way, put my materials and stuff out of the way. I have to actually put it away. So it takes more for me to get everything back out again. I did that right away yesterday. Yay! Not Saturday, because we filmed on Saturday, and then my sister did her own video, and she was working on making the needle minders and stuff. So, we have to share the space. So I did it. I took all the stuff out Sunday, and I actually was cutting the rest of the pieces for the bag because I hadn't finished cutting those out. There's a pocket and plackets for the zipper and the little sides for the zipper, stuff like that. But I got it all cut out, and should I have you use any interfacing for the pocket behind the pocket on the bag? I'm thinking that if you put anything heavy in it, it'll just tear. I'm going to do it her way on this one, against my better judgment. So you can probably hear the movie in the background. It's gotten to some loud spots. So I'm going to go. I appreciate all my new subscribers. Really thankful for you joining me. I was going to say something important. I can't remember what it is. So happy stitching, everyone, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.